Hello and welcome to an all-new unbiased gear review. Today we are taking a look at this, the Framus Diablo Progressive X. So first, let's go over the specifications of this instrument really quick. We have a mahogany body with a bolted-on maple neck and a maple fretboard. We have 22 medium frets. We have ratio tuners with wooden machine pegs. We have a Floyd Rose original locking tremolo system, master volume, master tone, three-way blade switch, and a pair of Duncan humbuckers. We've got an SH2 Jazz in the neck and an SH6 Duncan Distortion in the bridge. Wow, where do I start with this thing? This molten metal machine. Alright, first of all, aesthetically, it comes with this ridiculous day glow green finish that's very, very eye-catching, looks like toxic slime. I love it. This thing is oozing 80s metal mojo, whether it be the hair metal stuff or thrash metal, whatever. Dude, this thing is just made to shred. It really is. The quality of this unit is ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. Recently I went to the Framus and Warwick factory that's in Marknukich in Germany, and the attention to detail that goes into each instrument and actually seeing that attention to detail as it happens it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely insane how they make it so that every instrument is fucking perfect. And this right here, this instrument is perfect testament to it. I mean, looking at the fretwork, for starters, you guys know that that's a big thing with me. The fretwork on this is about as fucking perfect as you're gonna get. We've got 22 nickel frets on here, medium height, the most insanely gorgeous fret edges you've ever seen in your life. Obviously not a single sharp fret edge all along the board. The fretboard edge is nicely rounded off too, to match with the beautifully rounded off fret edges. Everything is nice and perfectly level. These necks at Warwick are Pleked at the factory, so you don't have to worry about any sort of string buzz or anything like that. It's mind-blowing how perfectly level and perfectly polished everything is in terms of the frets. Looking over the rest of the instrument's appointments, the locking nut is nice and flush up against the sides of the fretboard there, up against the sides of the neck rather. The tuning machines are really, really gorgeous to look at. They're these ratio tuners, which this is the one thing that I'm gonna probably say I'm not so much a big a fan of. I love how well built they are. I'm not necessarily a fan of the whole ratio tuning idea because I'm so used to tuning the thing about a half turn and getting about a half step out, and this has been kind of a learning curve for me a little bit, because I'm having to kind of crank on the tuning machines a little bit more to actually tune up the strings or tune down the strings as I need to. That being said, for most people, those tuning machines are not going to be a problem at all. I don't even necessarily think that they were a problem. It's just not something I'm used to, and that required it being a little bit of a learning curve, I should say. The Floyd Rose original bridge system functions just as it should. It's rock solid, stays in tune no matter how I've been banging up and down on this thing. Yeah, it does require a little bit extra work and maintenance, but big deal. Once you actually get this thing set up and everything is locked down nice and tight, this thing is rock solid. You are not going to put this thing out of tune. Looking over the finish work, it's absolutely perfect. Inspecting this thing with a fine-tooth comb, there's no bumps, there's no ridges, there's no little sunken areas here or there where the gloss paint kind of sunk into the wood or anything like that. The covers are beautiful. They're matching the finish of the body, obviously, but they're also perfectly recessed into the body, so it is perfectly flat here. The screw heads, equally so. Many people will probably take issue with the fact that there's only 2 bolts holding on the neck, but this is a rock solid neck joint, of which I'm going to show you a picture right now. You really have absolutely nothing to worry about. If anything, it's just making it a little bit more minimalistic on the back. The actual neck heel itself is very, very conductive to playability, especially on the solos and the lead runs. The contour of the neck is kind of your typical Gibson-ish C shape. It's a little thicker than you would expect from a typical Super Strat style, which is definitely the vibe that this otherwise kind of represents, but very, very easily acclimated to. The finish on the back of the neck is a very, very nice true oil finish. I really can't appreciate this enough. It just plays so effortlessly. This is a very, very inspiring guitar. Very easy to come up with tunes on because you're not sitting here fussing over quality control issues or otherwise just sloppy handiwork. This is about really as perfect of an instrument as it gets. Moving on to how this thing sounds, dude, we're talking about some great Seymour Duncan pickups in a guitar that has a mahogany body with a bolted on maple neck. It sounds fucking metal. I love it. Very nice. Dude, all in all, I could not be happier with this thing. It's a Masterbuilt instrument built at the Framus Custom Shop in Markneukirchen, Germany. The attention to detail is, it's fucking stupefying is what it is. It's one of those things that you look at and you're like, oh my god, this is how an instrument can be made. You know, let alone how it should be made, but it's mind-blowing to know that an instrument can be made with this much build quality, this much quality control, this much attention to every little minute detail that could be on this thing. I mean, I'm going to be sad to see this go back to the Framus showroom in Nashville, honestly. So, whoever the next owner of this guitar is, you're going to absolutely fucking love this. Finally, it's that time. From Forefathers Brewing Company in Valparaiso. Am I saying that right? Valparaiso, Indiana. I am having Viking Funeral, which is an imperial stout that's over 10% ABV that is brewed with honey, lactose, and cocoa. Let's see how this stacks up. Pours a very, very dark brown. Not pitch black like some stouts. A little bit of a tan head. Kind of a creamy and candy-ish scent to it. Candy-ish meaning more like toffee or caramel. Ooh, that's really good. You definitely get a little bit of the bitterness from a dark chocolate cocoa that's hitting you in the back of the cheeks here. A little bit of sweetness from the honey. Just a little bit of a like vanilla cream flavor in there too. Some roasted malts in there. A little boozy. It's not a barrel-aged beer, but it definitely has a little bit of a boozy character to it. Yeah, that's really good. Definitely a very, very heavyweight beer, but man, that is very, very good. So that's it. That's all I've got. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Check me out on all the other various places that I'm at online. Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And yeah, hope to see you very soon with more videos. Hopefully from my brand new studio, which is coming very shortly. Stay tuned.